Working on JavaScript, first thing you should do is to make properly the folder and file structure. How should you do it? Let me show you some example. Suppose that you want to work on right now you are in your home folder. Let me increase the font size. So right now you are in home folder, then you create a folder like right now I will do in scratch folder. Then you create a folder like learn.js. Learn.js file exists, that means we already have a folder. I just created this folder, so let me make another folder like learn_js. okay, so now I will navigate to that folder. So inside this folder I don't have any file or folder, but how should I make the files and folder? Preferably you should just make one file on your root folder, and that file should be index.html file. That's it. In your root folder there will be one single file, only index.html file. What about other files? You should make separate folder for your separate CSS file, JavaScript files, images like images, CSS, JS, like this. So now you have one index.html file and three folders, one for CSS, another for images, and next one is for JS. Okay, so this is the way. If you put the tree command, you see in your root folder, dot means you are in root on your current position. You are inside the scratch folder, inside the learn_js folder. So on that root folder you have CSS folder, images folder, index.html file, and JS folder. Okay, another way is you can create a asset folder like this, assets, and inside the assets folder you can keep all other folders like move the CSS folder and images folder and JS folder inside the assets folder. Okay, now you have just assets folder and index.html file. You may ask that why should we keep the index.html file on our root folder? Why not like home.html or about.html, like this? Why should not we keep these files and folders? Basically, in any web server, when you will upload your files and folders and images, when you will make complete you will have completed the complete project, complete website, then there will be a time when you will need to upload these files and folders to your server, actual web server, where people will be able to browse your website. So on that server, this is a rule: the main file should be always index.html, because on a standard way every server they are designed to serve the index.html file. I'm showing you like let me start light server here. It's a Node.js based server. What it does, it serves the index.html file. Right now it's serving the index.html file. I don't have anything inside my index.html file. So if I create something else, like again I will navigate to scratch folder. So inside there is an index.html file. I will edit just index.html file. I will just put h1 tag. Okay, so this is a valid HTML code. So I created this file is already here. Okay, so it's already being served here, it's running here, it has been opened by the browser. See, index.html here. So when it is being uploaded, when it is already opened in the browser, I'm editing this file, but I haven't saved the file. So let me save the file. So reloading the browser, so showing the reloading browser, but it's unable to reload the browser. Let me do it manually. So see, Hare Krishna. So again, if I make some more changes, like h3, it is a test. Okay, so it's a test. So our index.html file is being served. So what happens if I don't have any index.html file? Suppose that I don't have index.html file. Let me delete it. Let me delete my index.html file. Let me delete all the HTML files. Okay, so I don't have any file, any HTML file right now. There are some folders inside the assets folder, but in the root folder there is not any index.html file or any HTML file. So I will run light server again. So let's see what happens. So it's showing a message cannot get. See, showing cannot get HTML. That means it's looking for index.html file. So okay, I will create another folder here, another file here, like touch bot.html. Okay, you see here I'm stopping the server. So we have about.html file. So let's run light server again. So again it's showing cannot get index.html file. Okay, let's do it again. Maybe I will make home.html. Okay, let's stop it and let's run it again. So again it's looking for index.html file. Let me create an index.html file. Let's reload it. Yes, now because we have created index.html file, so it's able to find the index.html file. That's why it's not giving any error. But inside index.html file there isn't anything, so it's not showing anything. In index.html file is empty. So let us put something inside index.html file. Anything like Rango. Okay, let's save it. Hey, okay. So this is the standard you should always follow. So whenever you work on any web project, the first thing you should do is to structure your project folder. On the root folder, if you're working on web development project, later you can rearrange your files and folders. In some folders In some web projects you may find that there is not index.html file. Instead you will find index.js file. Okay, this is also correct, because when you see index.js file, that means that web project is being run by any uh, JavaScript framework like React or Angular or Vue.js. There are lots of JavaScript frameworks. You can create HTML files using other languages also. You can create the HTML file using C++, C, Rust, JavaScript, Java. Lots of other languages are there. You can create HTML files using other languages. So you can control your contents dynamically. Okay, so when you have a complicated web project, then you actually do it that way. But when you're learning you are at the beginning stage, then this is how you should structure your files and folders. Okay, you make a folder. Inside that folder you make an index.html file. You make another folder naming preferably assets. Okay, you can name it whatever you want, data or whatever, but you should always follow the industry standard. What other people are doing, watch them, what big companies are doing, like what Google is doing, what Microsoft or Facebook or Oracle or Amazon, what they are doing the project. Okay, what structure they are following, because after some time it becomes the standard. Everybody follows what big companies are following, what companies are doing. Like when Facebook started their Facebook social networking site, they created a framework, not framework, they created a library, React. Now everybody is using React. It became very popular. So right from the beginning you should follow the standards.